Well, I really became hooked on travel and tourism when I took my first airplane ride at age 13. But really, it came to fruition in college when I accepted a job at a travel agency called Americans Abroad. And it was during the expansion of air travel, and I was asked to escort charters to Europe. And that was my real first exposure to the business.
Faye's very deserving of the induction to the Hall of Leaders. She's done so much for our industry for so many years. Faye has supported so many different people, motivated people with her support, and because of this, and because of the great commitment and the legacy that she will leave behind, is very, very valued and should certainly be an inductee into the Hall of Leaders, and very deserved.
The one word that I would use to describe Faye is generous.
You know, if I had to describe Faye in one word, it would be very simple. I would describe her as passionate. Faye is so passionate about really everything that she does. She's passionate about the way she leads companies. She's passionate about the way she develops people. She is passionate about the world that we live in and how our industry impacts that world.
Quality. It represents everything she does. Her approach, thoroughness, follow through, how she treats people, the end product. Quality would be the one word.
She has been a role model for hundreds and hundreds of women over the life of her career.
She's brought the world closer together in the meetings, events, and incentive travel industry. And indeed, as well as that, she's internationalized the meetings industry. The result of this has been that within the last 20 years or so, our industry has doubled, at least in size, and Faye has made a great contribution towards that.
I just like to be remembered always as a kind person, but one who gave others courage to do their roles and their jobs. And that's one of my most memorable moments of my career was when a young Japanese girl came up to me and whispered in my ear that I gave her courage. And I've never forgotten that, and I think it's important to understand the impact you have on others.
You know, I think Faye's had a lot of list of accomplishments in this industry, but I think the one that will really be the most lasting is the way that she's really interconnected the industry. You know, I think she's really been able to look at the industry from a much bigger view. And I think because of that, she's been able to really bring the world together and bring our industry together. She's done that through working on airline alliances, the way that she's worked on boards and organizations throughout the world to really help us really act as one global industry.
As we know, many industries have been sort of focused on men for a good long time, and she has, in some ways, maybe made it appear too easy to achieve some of the success that she has. But she has been such a role model, and I think that will be her lasting legacy.
Faye is deserving of induction into the CIC Hall of Leaders because she is a true leader. She's been passionately involved with CIC and really an advocate and an evangelist for the motivational event industry for 30 years.
This honour will mean a great deal to Faye. I think that first of all of those who are inducted into the Hall of Leaders find it a great honour. It will mean a great deal to Faye. At the same time, knowing how modest Faye is, Faye will also think of all the people she's supported over the years and who through her support have been so successful, and recognise that she receives this honour on behalf not only of her great achievements, but what these others she has supported have achieved over the years.
I'd like to say thank you to Faye. Faye has been an inspiration for so many of us, for those of us that have worked with her, that have worked alongside of her, that have served with her on committees, and done different things with her around the world. She's been an inspiration to all of us.
When Congress was going to cut back on the deductibility of travel, she came up with, or was part of the group that came up with the travel means business, business means travel. And that was a very important aspect that she'll leave to the industry.
I really believe that it's the journey that matters and not so much the destination, because actually you can never really be sure of the destination. If you think of your career as whitewater rafting and you think of getting splashed all the time, that's what really happens in reality. You have to move around these boulders and logs. And there are treasures all along the way, and those treasures make us rich. And those are treasures like friendship and companionship in this business. There are many, many friends, knowledge and inspiration. And that is what we should be enjoying along the journey.